I think in all my research preparing for this, I think I missed the point where, or the part where you were a cosplayer. How much cosplaying did you do before you started getting into the FGC?
I did so much because it was just more of an escape way for myself when, like I was on my lowest and like I couldn't find anything fun in life. But I had friends who did cosplay and I did cosplay with them, and it was just super fun to bring your favorite character to life.
Mhm.
I know that I've done some Street Fighter cosplays. I actually did Jury from Street Fighter 4. It was like a long time ago. I can't remember what year it was. And then I also did Laura Matsuda. I think it
Mhm.
was probably like the second year when Street Fighter 5 came out.
Mhm.
But just a bunch of cosplays that really tested my limits and just saying like, oh, what if I can do this or do that? Just kind of like smart thinking, but being creative in the same time. So cosplaying, it's super fun. I love it, but I just love fighting games more. I wanted to keep
Yeah.
playing that.
For sure. Although we're seeing a lot of cosplaying happen at fighting game tournaments now, right? Like we at
Yeah.
Combo Breaker, where we're going in a week. Geez, I gotta start thinking about that. Like they have Rick always puts on a cosplay contest, right? And like that's always super neat to see. Like especially like for me, because like I don't know the first thing about cosplaying, but like every time I see like people who are super into it, it's like yeah, like it, like like it's the thing where like when you see somebody who's really passionate about it, like it's a little bit infectious, right? Where you're like, oh shit, this is cool. And I specifically remember at DreamHack, I was doing commentary for Tekken in like 2018, and like while we were doing commentary, like the cosplay contest was happening, so like all the cosplayers just like walked by us, and like those were like I think like some of them were like professionals because like they had like the giant like
Oh yeah.
PVC armor and
Yeah, I
all the
feel like
crazy
at
stuff.
DreamHack, like, it's like a semi no, I would be lying if I said semi. Actually, like it's a pretty big event.
Hmm.
So I feel like DreamHack or like PAX, they have a bunch of really, really awesome cosplayers.
Awesome. We're gonna talk more about cosplaying offline because I have a couple questions about that. As far as FGC stuff, you've already like made a huge splash in the community, but now like you've been making like even bigger splashes because you've started commentating, right? So I want you to like tell me like what is it like to like have like the mentality of a player and switching like what's different about the mentality of a commentator as like compared to the mentality of a tournament player?
Hmm. Oh, that's a good question. So coming from playing and then into commentary, I feel like it helped me a lot, especially like just years of playing against like so many different people and like different characters. It kind of lit up, some sort of knowledge for me to kind of understand like, oh yeah, Laura's blah 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 is like +2 if you do this or that. I feel like just coming from pro play to commentary has been like really really awesome, and that you get to like know a bunch of stuff like even from like a spectator point, you're just watching and you're like, holy crap, that guy did like, let's say like exdp on wake up, like wow, that's like really smart, he is not respecting him. um it's it's been super fun, and obviously like since Street Fighter 6 is coming into the horizon, I obviously want to like play more before I kind of do like more commentary work, because I want to understand the game inside and out. And just trying to apply my knowledge as like a pro player from a standpoint, because I know that when people watch, they've seen like Ultra David and James Chen, legacy commentary, and they've been there for a very long time. Obviously, I know that Ultra David plays a lot, and then James Chen, he does play here and there, but it's really nice to see someone that is more of like in tournament play, I guess, like
Mhm.
from the ground up. Like I was a player to start out with, and then going into commentary, it's definitely been a challenge too, but you learn as you go, really.
And all of your work doing commentary culminated this year. You got to commentate Capcom Cup. Like, what was that like? Because that's like the big thing, especially being like the last Street Fighter V Capcom Cup. Like, what was it like being in the room and like getting to commentate some of those crazy matches and seeing like Zen win the last chance qualifier and all that stuff?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's oh my gosh. I can't even like obviously I want to talk about it, but it's like I can't even talk about it because it's just like so hype.
Hmm.
I'm like, holy crap! Like there's only silence in the room because you're just in awe of what's happening. Um, but yeah, like seeing Jen win the LCQ, literally his first offline international tournament. he just showed up. Like he literally just got off school and then just took the plane over to Burbank, California, played an LCQ. He's like, "Oh, I made it." I was like, "Dude, you should be happy. What are you talking about?" It was so funny talking to him. Like he's super sweet though. He's like a really like how should I put it? Like remember in like high school, there's always that like quiet kid,
Hmm.
and if you talk to him, you talk to him. Yeah, he's like that.
Hell yeah.
um, but yeah, like just being at Capcom Cup in general, like it's been super fun, and like I really enjoyed it a lot. Um, I know that there were a couple of times where like I was like really nervous. Like
Mhm.
I know when I commentated one of the segments, I was definitely super nervous because like I didn't have time to prepare for like what matches were to come and just more of like explaining the lore between X player and like how they got here, et cetera, et cetera. But overall, I feel like just because I had like nervousness or feeling very anxious, I still had a great time though.
Mhm.
Because you're interacting with a bunch of people in the crowd, and you're making connections, and you're also doing like analysis. Like I know I did analysis with Rob TV on
Mhm.
multiple occasions. That was super fun, super energetic dude. I love that dude. But overall, just being at Capcom Cup, it's super super fun. Even like it was throughout like the week. On the weekday, it was actually really nice to kind of like unwind
Mhm.
after work because when I was there, I was working in the hotel room, just like working on half days and all that stuff because like my commentary block or like just being there in person was probably I think like around like 2 p.m. Pacific time. So it was really nice to kind of like unwind after work and just
Mhm.
like hang out with everyone, watch fighting games, and literally seeing like all the players that you don't really see every day, like international players. Like for example, what was his name? I think it was Kamal, where he was literally playing on the keyboard,
Mhm.
just straight up keyboard. Like it was not even like a leverless or anything. I was like, dang, he's getting ready to type his college thesis or something. Like
Nice.
he's going ham on that. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I know for a fact that next year at Capcom Cup, I'm pretty sure they'll do something bigger and better than ever. Because I feel like if they were able to um, have Street Fighter Five as their like last CPT how should I put it like blowout or whatever, be like yes we're like sending off Street Fighter Five. I feel like they're gonna do really big for the start of Street Fighter Six. I just know for a fact, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, there's $2 million on the line,
Yeah,
and
there's so much money.
um, I do want to talk about the CPT stuff, especially since like there's a lot of topical stuff
Yes.
to talk about as far as the CPT. But I really wanted to ask because like what is the difference between commentating at something like Capcom Cup or commentating at like a big major or like a local? Is there like any like commentary difference? Like matches aside, of course, but like is there any big difference with like how commentary works in something like that, like a Capcom final?
All the to start out with, yeah, all the times that I've done CPT online, it would actually be like in person, like at the studio,
Mm.
and I feel like the pressure was on because like more than like 5,000, 10,000 people are watching, and the thing is, I'm not nervous because of like let's say like the Twitch chat or YouTube comments that are making about me or like my co-commentator and whatnot. Like I really don't care about that. It's just more of like I want to be able to address like what we're seeing to people who've never seen Street Fighter before. They're like, "Oh, what is that like energy ball thing?" Like I
Hmm.
obviously would like talk about like, "Oh, like this person or like let's say Tokido, like he's just throwing out fireballs just to keep his distance and building meter, blah blah blah." It's just that's the only thing I'm worried about most of the time where like I am commentating those kind of things is to like kind of bring out my thoughts without kind of like how should I put it like word vomiting or
Hmm.
like vomiting my thoughts and stuff or like I have to pick up the pieces and like put it together. So that's one of the things that makes me really nervous about doing CPTs. But it's gotten better. I've gotten used to it, but I would be lying if I'm not nervous doing those. But compared to locals, like I've commentated Bruce Lee, one of Odeon's tournaments. I commentated what was it, close to distance, and some other tournaments as well. Those are really fun, just really chill, like hanging out with one of my best buds and just
Hmm.
shooting the shit. Really, like it's just super fun and like it feels more relax. Maybe
Mm,
because I'm really familiar with the people that I'm commenting with. Well, obviously like on online CPTs, like I know like the co-commentators and like we're cool and all that stuff. We talk, but for local ones, it's just I don't know. It's just like really chill.
mm,
Maybe because for the CPTs, they have people talking in the headsets, like,
mm,
hey, we're gonna go into ad break, or like, hey, we're gonna do this or that, or um it's just how should I put it? It's like I'm listening to another voice, but also trying to like talk to the
mm.
audience that are watching the CPTs. So locals, pretty chill, pretty fun, but for CPTs, also really fun, but nerve wracking for me in a way.
Yeah, it's like a different type of fun.
Yeah, exactly.